All right, we are going down to Vegas right now. Gary Lawless joins us, and I got a feeling he would very much like to be here this weekend for his beloved Blue coming into Saskatchewan in a game that everybody thinks they're going to win. Am I right, Gary?
Well, I don't know if everyone thinks they're going to win. I would absolutely love to be in Regina for this game. It's quintessential CFL. It's going to be cold. It's Winnipeg and Saskatchewan, the two most important franchises in the Canadian Football League, the best stadium or one of the best stadiums in the CFL. So this is TSN must be licking their chops. This is fantastic appointment viewing for all football fans.
1.1 million plus for the semifinal last week, Winnipeg at Calgary. So yeah, this will be a bonanza for TSN. You're right. Well, so watching it from your perspective in Vegas, what is your take on the game and the storylines going in?
Well, it's late November and it's the CFL, so I think you have to look at the trenches. And I do like the offensive. I like the offensive line in Winnipeg a little better than the one in Saskatchewan. And I think Willie Jefferson is the biggest difference maker along the defensive line for both clubs. So I give Winnipeg the edge there. And I do think Winnipeg it's in Regina. It's going to be really hard. This is a fantastic crowd. How Fajardo plays or to what extent he can play with that strained or torn oblique is a major factor in this game. Obviously, if he can't go downfield, that really takes a chunk out of the Riders' offense. So that's the biggest storyline I think to watch is, watch what will Fajardo be able to do in the warm-up? How will they be able to scheme? Are they going to have to rely entirely on Powell and Thigpen? And if they do, will that allow? And I was about to say Richie Harris, but I really think Mike O'Shea is going to be involved in the scheme and the game plan defensively for Winnipeg in this game. Those are all things to watch early.
I don't know that that's necessarily going to be a good thing if he's involved. I would just leave it to Richie. I think they've got into problems in the past when that's been the case. But I'm going to turn you loose on Abu and Smitty, two of your buddies here in a second. But let me ask you this, Gary. It's been very, very quiet out of Winnipeg all week. Very quiet. I mean, all the news has been out of Fajardo here. Just what's your thought on the ups and downs the Bombers have been through, the suspension to Harris, the quarterback injuries, the strife with the coach? Is he coming? Is he staying? Wow, what's coming in here on Sunday?
That's all noise, right? And O'Shea has this group believing. I'm told the energy on the sideline and this, they went into Calgary and won, which no one does, and which they haven't done in forever. They were able to go in there and win that game. I'm told the energy on the sideline in the second half was incredible. O'Shea has this group believing, and how they, translate that into the West Final against the Riders is obvious. I'm being distracted here. You're Shane Knighty, who you covered back in PA in Prince Albert, is doing something with his phone, and they're making fun of me talking about the CFL in the Golden Knights office because I spend a ton of time paying attention to these guys. They're teasing me right now, Rod.
Tell Knighty that he's not as cool as he thinks that he is, and
I said, our connection.
Well, we got you.
Right,
we got you.
I'm back. Yes.
Yeah, just tell Knighty, please, he's not as cool as he thinks he is, and tell him to shut up until.
That's not true. Shane is actually as cool as he thinks he is. He might be cooler than he thinks he is.
Yeah, I got you.
A cooler man on the planet.
Yeah, just ask him. Guys, go ahead. What do you got for Gary this morning in Vegas?
Gary, how much do you miss being in Winnipeg? I know that you were a dang superstar there, and I know it was that's my hometown. It's a great place. I was in the stands in BC Place when they won the Grey Cup the last time in 1990. I was a big Bomber fan, and of course I became other fans of the teams when they started to pay me. But Winnipeg's obviously it's a great CFL town. What are your thoughts with regards to the Winnipeg people and this week?
Well, obviously, I spend my summers in Manitoba still, and so I still get back to the prairie and enjoy that time. I don't miss it in terms of the weather. It's in the winter time. It's gorgeous here right now, and this has been an unreal ride with the Golden Knights. It's been a lot of fun, but I bet you Winnipeg is a great place to be this week. They'll be very excited about this game, as I'm sure Regina. It's just is every ticket sold? I would imagine this is
Getting
is
close.
Be, massive game for both organizations.
Waiting for the convoy to come in from Winnipeg to buy up the last 1,000 tickets.
And they're coming.
Yeah. What's up, Gary?
Hey, Boo.
I feel a little bit responsible. Playing for the team for 5 years, I feel a little bit responsible for this Grey Cup drought. I've been saying since the beginning of the year that this is kind of a team of destiny. I don't think this is going to be the same Winnipeg Blue Bomber team next year. And not that they're on borrowed time, but this is their time. What do you think about
certainly
that and the potential changes next year?
Yeah, certainly the window is open for them right now. Although, Hamilton, if Hamilton is able to beat Edmonton, and you think they will, they'll be favored in the Grey Cup, will they not? Like that's they seem to be the strongest and most balanced team. But listen, I think Mike O'Shea, 4 seasons in a row with 10+ wins. I think he's done a great job there. The one thing he needs to do is win on this stage, and I think you get to the Grey Cup, it's you've done your job as a head coach. Everyone will say, "Oh, you have to win. You have to win." Well, it's not that easy. It becomes a bit of a roll of the dice on that stage. So this is a big game for Mike O'Shea and an opportunity for him to take that next step forward. I think he is an elite coach in the CFL. You got to win at this time of the season to really be able to say that.
Clark writes this on the Prairie Mobile text line. He's from the Regina Pats unofficial Fancast podcast. He says, any update on PaytonKrebs from Gary would be awesome for the Dub fans. Have you got one for us this morning?
Yeah, Payton is real close, I think, and I would expect he'll be assigned to the Winnipeg Ice at some time in the next little while. He's spent the entire season so far rehabbing here in Vegas, and they've done a real nice job with him. We've been able to see him skate a few times, and he looks real good to me. He'll definitely give that Winnipeg Ice team certainly a shot in the arm, and I think the expectation is that he'd get a look for Team Canada for the World Juniors.
And just a Golden Knights update, if you don't mind, Gary. So it's year 3. We see the games. They look full. Is the honeymoon still on there in Vegas for their pro hockey team?
In terms of fan response,
everything.
Absolutely. The team, they still, every game is over capacity. They operate at around 104%. The tickets are, Rod, you tell me. You went online to try and buy some the other day. They're not cheap. This is it's a tough ticket to get, and it's an expensive ticket. And, people have really found the in-arena experience in the National Hockey League. For me, it's the best game to go watch live. And the advancements they've made with television in terms of HD and getting 4K and all that's made it great at home. It's still the best place to watch hockey is being right in the building, and they do just a fantastic job of presenting the game here. It's become, people love to go, and it's the result is obviously important, but it's really become a Vegas thing to be at the rink when the Golden Knights are playing. And it's they have Shane Knighty and Dave Gosher, our TV guys. They have their set right in the stands, and it's it's an incredible atmosphere. Those guys get to soak it up, and in intermissions they're able to to see people, talk to people, and it's just if I had a free night and I was in Vegas and the Golden Knights are playing, I know that's where I'd want to be.
Awesome stuff. Well, I can't believe it's been this long. I haven't been there, but I will be there this winter. So, Gary, keep it up. We miss you. Please say hi to Nides for me and my good friend Krim, and we'll chat with you soon. Enjoy the games on Sunday.
Bombers by, I've got Ken Volden, VP of TSN, and I have a little bottle of wine he's a Regina guy, Saskatchewan guy. We got a bottle of wine on the, he gave me 4 points. So Bombers by 3.
Wow. Well, we'll find out in 48 hours or so. Thanks, Gary.
All right. Take care.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.